Hey, welcome to class of Tuesday Night Beer School with me, Chad of Chad's Beer Reviews, and once again, Christina is joining us. How you doing?
Great. How are you?
Good. I think you're gonna like this one. We're doing a sour style tonight, and Christina loves the sours. We're doing an old school German style sour. This is called, well, it's spelled Gose. I am 99% sure that's not how they pronounce it in German, but we're gonna say Gose. Overall impression: a tart, lightly bittered historical Central European wheat beer with a distinctive but restrained salt and coriander character. Very refreshing with a dry finish, high carbonation, and bright flavors. All right, so let's see. History. Basically, it's a German beer. Characters, ingredients: Pilsner and wheat malt, restrained use of salt and coriander seed, lacto, that's the bacteria, lactobacillus. The coriander should have a fresh, citrusy, bright note and should not be vegetal, celery-like, or ham-like. The salt should have a sea salt or fresh salt character, not a metallic iodine note. Style comparison: perceived acidity is not as intense as Berliner Weiss or Goose. Restrained use of salt, coriander, and lactose should not taste overly salty. Coriander aroma can be similar to a wit beer. Haziness similar to a Weiss beer. Look at our vitals. IBU's 3 to 12. That's like next to no bitterness. 3 to 4 SRM, very bright color beer, and low ABV. And actually, two of the beers that's on this list is what we're reviewing tonight: Anderson Valley and Westbrook. Here. Oh, this is Anderson Valley out of California. I've actually been to this brewery. It's about an hour or two south of, or north of San Francisco, I should say. 4.2 ABV. And that's the Westbrook Gose. They're out of Mount Pleasant, South Carolina.
Nice.
What's the ABV on this one? This is
Four.
This is only 4. Nice light beer. I haven't had this in a while. I have had both of these beers before, but it's been a while. All right, so we got our plastic cups here. We're going to get pouring, and we will be right back. All right, so we're going to start off with the Anderson Valley Gose. I think the first thing we notice is that the aroma on this one is very low. I just get like a real faint. It's like, I mean, I can smell this, and like I can tell like it is a sour, but like I'm not getting. It's just like it's just so low.
Yeah. It's like a light white wine kind
Yeah,
of. Just there's not much there.
yeah. It has like I said off camera. It has like a Pinot Grigio kind of aroma. Yeah, not much going on with that one. All right, so for the Westbrook, it's. I mean, I wouldn't go as far as to say it's night and day, but it's definitely a discernible difference. You can definitely smell the lacto on this one, and the salt on it has a nice kind of, sea breeze kind of character.
Yeah,
What do you get?
getting a little bread, a little lemon.
Yeah,
I mean, significantly more smell than the other one.
yeah, like a almost doughy, like sourdough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting the differences between these two.
Even looks wise, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's check the specs on not appearance. Aroma: light to moderately fruity aroma of palm fruit, light sourness, slightly sharp. It does say light sourness. Noticeable coriander, which can have an aromatic lemony quality and an intensity up to moderate. Yeah, I definitely get lemony on the Westbrook, not so much the Anderson Valley. Light bready, doughy, yeasty character, like an uncooked sourdough bread. I'd say that applies more to the Westbrook.
Westbrook.
The acidity and coriander can have a bright, lively impression. The salt may be perceived as very light, clean sea breeze character, or just a general freshness, if noticeable at all. All right, so it says if noticeable at all, so I guess it's not required to smell the salt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with the sea breeze character. All right, so I made a spreadsheet again. All right, so for aroma for the Westbrook, I'm thinking like 8 or 9. I'm gonna start with 9. What do you think?
Westbrook, I'll give a 10.
10. And for the Anderson Valley, I'm gonna go low. I think this is like 7, maybe even 6. I'll say 7.
Yeah, I was going to do 5.
5.
Yeah.
Harsh
Barely there.
judge.
Yep.
For appearance, they're almost identical. I'd call that a hazy golden, I guess you would say. Both of them had a pretty big white foam when we poured them. Not much.
I'd say the Westbrook has more carbonation.
Yeah, I agree. It did have more
But
bubbles in the actual liquid.
and
Although
so
the Anderson Valley has more head hanging around.
it's got a little more haze too.
Yeah, maybe I think because
Well,
you got
maybe
the
it's the
bottom of the
cup.
can.
Oh, because I got the bottom of the can.
Yeah. All right, let's check the specs on appearance. Unfiltered with a moderate to full haze. Okay. Moderate to tall white head with tight bubbles and good retention. Effervescent yellow color. I think both of these hit that, pretty much exactly. I mean, might penalize Anderson Valley for not being quite as effervescent.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'll
I'll definitely give a 3 for the Westbrook.
give a 3 for the Westbrook as well.
If you could do half numbers, I would almost go like 2.5 for the Anderson Valley, but I'll actually give it a 3 because the head is hanging around. The Westbrook isn't.
I was gonna do a 1 on appearance.
1.
There's no haze. There's no effervescence.
There's well,
It's your cup.
yeah, it's condensation. Yours is hazy. Yeah. All right. All right. I'll bump mine down to 2. I don't think it's quite a 1. All right, so best part, we get to drink it. Well, we will do our tasting notes off camera, so we know what we're going to say when we come back. Cheers. All right, we're back, and let's talk about the Anderson Valley first. It was funny, like, when we were doing the aroma, I said it kind of smells like Pinot Grigio. To me, it kind of tastes like Pinot Grigio. It has, to me, it has, almost like a slight vinegary kind of taste.
Mm-hmm.
Or, just like a white grape. I get almost no sourness on this one, almost no salt. What do you get?
I'd say salt is pretty much all I'm getting on this one. But
Actually, I do get a little bit of... It has a tartness to it, I will say.
yeah, no, it does. That's weird.
Yeah, it's a real light tartness. Maybe a real faint background of lemon juice.
Yeah.
I think that this particular can is old. The problem is the date on the bottom of the can is almost impossible to read. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I'm pretty sure this can is about a year old. So it might just be age, might be heat damage, from sitting in a warehouse in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as bad as the Brando.
No, it's just not something I would ever seek out again.
I agree. I have had this fresh, and I just remember it being way better. I think it's just disappointing that, this is all we have to go by. So, this is, that will happen, at a homebrewing competition. It's just, not all homebrewers are created equal, and somebody's going to screw it up, and you're going to get some nasty flavors. All right, so let's move on to the Westbrook Gose. It's almost night and day.
Mm-hmm.
The Westbrook is, I wouldn't say it's super sour, but it's
No,
definitely noticeably sour.
Especially after drinking the Anderson, it's definitely more
Yeah.
profound. Yeah.
It has a lemonade kind of taste to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely that tart, clean acidity.
Yep.
A
little bit of salt.
Yeah, a little bit of salt. I could see this being very refreshing.
Yes.
If we were drinking this outside and,
Yeah, this could be treated like a spritzer
yeah.
on a hot day.
It makes me lick my lips to get that salt off,
Yeah.
Yeah, the Westbrook's pretty good. The Anderson, not so much. All right, so let's see how they compare to the specs. Flavor, noticeable sourness, medium low to medium high. All right, so that applies to the Westbrook.
Yep.
Moderate bready or doughy malt flavor. Not sure that applies to
No.
either of them.
Nope.
Light to moderate fruity character of palm fruit, stone fruit, or lemons. Okay. Yeah, I'll just say light to moderate. I'd say the Westbrook's a little more moderate. Anderson Valley's more light, definitely lemony. Light to moderate salt character up to the threshold of taste. The salt should be noticeable, particularly in the initial taste, but not taste overly salty. Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Although the Anderson has next to no salt. Very low bitterness, I agree. No hop flavor. Yep. Dry, fully attenuated finish with acidity, not hops balancing the malt. Acidity can be more noticeable in the finish and enhance the refreshing quality of the beer. The acidity should be balanced, not forward, although historical versions could be very sour. No THP, which I don't know what that is. Still not super impressed with either beer, but for the Westbrook, I'm thinking like 14 or 15. I'll say 15. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll do 15 as well.
15?
It's almost there.
Anderson Valley, it's pretty lousy. I was thinking like 10.
Yeah, I'll do a 9. I'll go
9?
one less, yeah.
I know, I almost went 9 too. We already know the mouthfeel. I'd probably call both beers light body. The Westbrook's definitely more heavily carbonated than the Anderson Valley.
Yes.
So mouthfeel, high to very high carbonation. Okay, I would say that the Westbrook is probably high, almost high. Anderson Valley's like moderate.
Yep.
Effervescent, medium light to medium full body. Interesting. I'd
say they're light.
Yeah. I mean, the Westbrook has like a little bit of body to it because, like, you get a little bit of that doughy wheat character. Like if you had Bud Light or something like that right next to this, you would see the difference between light and medium light.
True, yeah.
Yeah, I think like the fact that they have wheat. Yeah, okay, medium light. Salt may give a slightly tingly, mouthwatering quality and a rounder, thicker mouthfeel. Yeast and wheat can add a little body, but shouldn't feel heavy due to the thinning effects of acidity. All right, so how are you going to score these? Again, the Westbrook was more to spec than the other one. I'll say 4 out of 5 for Westbrook.
Yeah, I'll do a 4 out of 5 as well.
4?
Yep.
Anderson Valley, I think it's like a 2 or 3. I'll say 2.
I was going to say 2 as well.
Okay.
It's very low.
All right, overall impression. I mean, the Westbrook is definitely more to spec than the other beer. It's not, even though it's one of the examples of the style, it's just this particular can. This was canned in January, so it's about 6 months old. So I think it's lost a little bit of something. This was super fresh at the brewery.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be living up to all those specs. So it's good. It's not great. I'm gonna say 7 out of 10.
I will give Westbrook an 8.
8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you gave it a 40. I got 38. The Anderson Valley, I mean, again, this is an old can, so I'm not really impressed. I'm judging by the can, not the product. So I'm gonna go 5. What do you think?
I will do a 4.
4.
There wasn't a whole lot there.
Oh man, we went real low. I mean, it's
yeah.
it's definitely night and day differences. I mean, because we got about a 39 average for the Westbrook and a 23, 24 for the Anderson Valley. That's a difference between like an A- and a C.
Yeah.
That's
and if Anderson Valley is regarded as a standard Gose, then.
Oh yeah, it says on the back of the Westbrook can, pronounced Gose.
Gose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just an old can, so.
Yeah, it's probably.
Sorry, Anderson Valley.
Normally better than that.
If you had a more easy to read freshness date, then I probably would have picked something more fresh. But I mean, this is all I had to go by, so I don't know what to tell you. That's something I've said since the early days of Chad's Beer Reviews. Like, if the brewery doesn't put like easy to read fresh dates on the product, then the consumer doesn't know how to read it. Like, they don't know if it's fresh or old, other than like if there's dust on it. So I mean, that's on the brewery.
It could deter somebody from purchasing it too if they can't tell. So.
Yeah, put freaking look at this one, easy to read. January.
Month and year.
Yep. All right, we're going super long. Watch all the way in. You're awesome. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Somebody brewed it. Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews.
Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.